You want a bullet? That's my purse, I don't know you. All right, boys, we're here. We got the squad together. We got Dalton. We got Knight. And Taylor's currently behind the camera, but we're all going to be taking turns. What are we doing today, brother?
It's a beautiful morning here at my local range, and I'm going to find out once again that my rifles are not zero. We're going to do some running and gunning, posting behind different obstacles and shooting at different ranges.
So we're basically just here to practice. That's it. So this is a horrible intro, but that's all I'm going to give it. So we're going to have fun.
Savage Tack. Savage Tack, sponsor me.
All right, boys, we're back. What did we do the other day?
Sent a lot of rounds downrange.
We did a pistol training day. We shot some more stuff, but for this video in particular, we're just going to be talking about the pistol portion of what we all shot. I want to start off and say my surprise of the day was Taylor, because Taylor did phenomenal on pistol, and I don't think you dry fire or practice at all. So Taylor, I think, wins the medal for most improved. Taylor, did you feel that way? If you did feel like you improved a lot, where do you think that came from? Talk to me about that a little bit.
I think it's mainly from being around y'all, and it's like you don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room or the best person at any one thing in the room, because then it's like you're not going to improve. That's just fact. So there's definitely times where I'm like kind of embarrassed that I don't know something or I don't know the name for a technical part, but I just get over it and just deal with it and then learn about it and then just try and get better. And every single time that there's a correction, whether it's a correction on me or on someone else, to try and pay attention to it. Like I noticed after Dalton, you didn't call out, but you pointed out that Knight, your hand wasn't choking up on the beaver tail of your pistol. I started to think about that. And I was like, I feel like I probably do that. And then sure enough, Harrison, you called me out after one of our drills where you just barely saw that my hands were slightly off after the draw.
Taylor, stand right here with me.
All right.
So draw and present your gun. Okay. Let me stay there. Stay up. Okay, it looked like your grip was funky. Like your grip looks good now.
Yeah.
Your grip looked funky when we were filming.
It's always going to be the speed.
Yeah.
If you have a little difference, it's going to get exaggerated.
This
with
is
speed.
a beautiful grip.
So what it looked like was happening, and I could be wrong, I need to check this. It looked like your support hand was kind of down.
It's kind of pulled back.
It was like
I think it might have been for the first shot, and I was still pushing into the ideal position.
Cool. All right, what are we doing now?
Good shooting.
Yeah, no, that was killer.
Thanks, Vic.
I think it's because of all of those things, because we're going through the drills, we do them, but we don't just go from drill to drill, bang, bang, bang. We stop, we reset, we clear, and then we critique each other. And like, that's what's gotten us better. That's what's gotten me better, like phenomenally better. So
Do you do much of any dry fire?
I'll probably I took this from my brother, who, for everyone out there, is a cop, and he knows a couple of decent things here and there. He was telling me one thing that whenever he was still on patrol, he would always do every single morning, because you don't want to be that person that doesn't know where your stuff is without having to look at it, or how it moves. He would spend 5 minutes every morning just drawing from his holster. And then he would spend another 5 minutes drawing his taser from his holster. And he would get to the point where it's just so fluid and so flush that he could tell if something was just off with the holster, if it was angled wrong, if he could feel the difference of whether or not he had a round in the chamber. And then clear your house. Like, just every now and again, just take your mag out, clear the chamber, and just really go through your house like you're walking to the front door and something's off and you clear it. But yeah, as far as like anything besides those two things, no, it's just every single time we get together and have a good time.
First drill, drawing from holstered. Present your firearm, squeeze 1 round, perfect A zone, reholster, reset. How far away? We're looking at 7 yards for this one.
Walk us through that. Why do you pick that out? What were your thoughts behind it? How'd we all do?
It was basically just a warm-up drill, give you a little bit of competency and repetition, drawing from your holster, presenting to a target, and pulling the trigger. It's nothing special. It's meat and potatoes. You don't get better with some magical drill. You just get better by pointing and shooting. And it's just getting us warm. And that's exactly what it did. We watched ourselves improve as the drill went on, moving into the next one.
I really think that the simple stuff actually benefits me more than the complicated stuff.
100%.
I think the complicated stuff we do at the end of the day is very fun, it's rewarding, it makes the range day more enjoyable, but it kind of serves as almost like a final exam for the rest of the day.
Exactly.
But the super boring stuff, like, just stand still, draw your gun from your holster, shoot, and then do that again 2 times. That has so much more carryover than just like running around like a maniac.
Absolutely. The complex drills that we're running towards the end of the day are a use of the skills that we're sharpening at the beginning of the day. They are completely separate in their categories, where we're sharpening skills and honing skills in the beginning, and those fun drills where we're just running from position to position is more of a use of the skills that we're sharpening.
You're getting this right here, this gigantic space in between your beaver tail and your hand.
Yeah.
So, like, I've seen you shoot before. You all want to get it more like that. Slow down, man.
Well, I need to. It's just
you hit all A's, so I can't like bitch too much. But
it's like, you're taking all the little bits of advice that everybody's picking up throughout the whole thing. It really serves to show if you can put all the pieces together at the very end.
Exactly.
And a lot of times you don't. A lot of times, like, you'll see vast improvement, in one area and be like, whatever it is, I forgot to, do something or, fumble the draw, but everything else was super nice.
What's that, the 80-20 rule? 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people. I feel like it's kind of the same thing with everything we do on our range days. Like, we spend a solid amount of time every single time we get together, whether it's, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, like just doing draws, just doing very slow starts, getting warm. And a lot of people would be like, man, this kind of sucks. This is boring. But like, once we get in the repetition of that, we move. Y'all all really move so freaking well. Especially once we were able to borrow that shot timer.
Oh, man.
Times were crazy fast.
Still an A. Understand the course of fire.
Yep.
Is the shooter ready this time?
Yep.
Stand by. Take it. Good presentation. Shooter ready. Take it.
Oh, that was a Charlie.
All right, let's take a look.
Sharpie?
The worst shot of the day.
Yeah. I'll redeem myself. Who did this?
I think that was I was shooting earlier with a rifle and I was trying to see height over bore. I aimed right
All
here.
right, so I got a Charlie of shame, an A, and an A.
This is why we warm up.
All right, next drill. So what we're gonna do for this one, we're gonna start from this line and we're gonna end by the VTAC board. It's gonna be shooter ready up. You take 2 shots, come back, 2 shots, and we're gonna do 4 positions. So shooting position 1, let's call it, we don't really need to mark it. Oh, the cones, we have cones.
We have everything.
How did I not see? We're not used to having nice stuff.
My favorite warm-up drill is what we did for drill number 2, which was the draw and then take your time with it, shoot 2 times, and then you back up. And so you have 4 different shooting positions roughly, what was it, from like 7 yards to 25, 30 yards, something along those lines. And then in between those, there's 4 different positions, 2 shots from each position, 8 shots total. It's not timed at all. I like that drill so much because for me, if I can run that drill clean, I know I'm going to have a good range day. And if I don't run it clean, which personally I did not this session, I think I had a really bad pistol day when we were all down there together.
I did too.
But
That's some of the worst pistol shooting I've had in probably like 6 to 8 months.
yeah, but it's such like a mark for me of like, hey, if you can do good on this and get this drill down solid, the rest of your day is going to go well. And it's, for me, it's my litmus test of how the rest of the day is going to go.
All right, so 1,
Looks like 2 right there.
2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and a flyer. Couldn't be. Man, all right. Who's next? I guess you.
I'll take it.
All right. Does shooter understand the course of fire?
He certainly does.
Shooter ready?
Yes.
And up.
Clear. Hit him. Combat accurate. Charlie, or Delta, Charlie, Delta. Oh, that was already a hit. Line break, finally an A zone. 2 A zones. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
I noticed some improvement when I switched from the iPro to my prescription eyeglasses.
Being able to see does tend to help with your accuracy.
But I mean, again, just like in comparison, like, and I'll say this, like, I use this as an excuse all the time. It's not a valid excuse. Like, I can train out of it, of like using the smallest pistol on the range because I'm using the G43X. But man, that thing it's small.
3C, or no, 1D, 2Cs, yeah. Not great, but still on target. And I'm running the smallest handgun on the range today because I consistently run the Glock 43X as my only handgun. So running iron sights, you know, you can get really good with them, but you can definitely see where the pitfall is once you start getting out of range.
To everybody's credit, I'm not sure about Dalton, but I think I can confirm this. The pistols we all use out there is what we all carry. Because Taylor, you carry your Glock. Knight, you carry your Glock. I carry my FN. Dalton, I know you have 2 P320s.
Yeah, I carry a variation of my
Okay.
P320.
So I actually found myself feeling guilty that we are not spending more time drawing from concealment. Because
Yeah.
it's so
100%.
freaking
What
fun.
is this wee mass?
No, okay,
talking
listen.
about, dude?
It's so freaking fun to wear the gun belt and have the extra mags. But I kind of left that day just being like, dang, our next pistol day, we really need to just draw from concealment basically the entire time.
Yeah, but I should have done it because I run a concealed carry holster, but I just hate pulling the screwdriver or multi-tool out and having to switch the clip over every single time if I'm like gonna wear it on the belt and then conceal it and then put it back on the belt to wear a plate carrier. It's like it's just annoying.
You should just buy a second holster.
I
Yeah.
should.
I can't talk smack. The day I get an outer holster, I will never use the concealed one.
That's how it is, man.
We're gonna do a build drill, probably at 14.
At 14?
7's too easy.
Yeah.
We all hit A zones. Let's take it at this first cone here, closest to the target.
It's too easy.
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 15-2.
We're hitting A zones. It's too easy. We all have red dots except for me.
No, Knight doesn't have one.
Does anyone know why it's called a bill drill? I feel like I've looked this up before.
A man named Bill created it, quite literally.
Oh, so that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I am taking what you said as fact, and I will tell that to everyone now, because that's how truth works.
I believed you.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was a little out of practice for pistol this day when we went, and I can talk about this at the end, but I felt like I was trying As soon as we got the shot timer out there, I was trying to race the timer, and that made me suffer a lot. And so
100%. Adding that extra element of trying to beat the clock instead of defeating the target in front of you is adding a new element of training to our little group, and I'm actually here for it. But
yeah,
exactly the same for me. I was trying to beat the clock instead of getting 6 shots in the A zone.
What the fuck? I don't know. Take the battery out.
It's not a bad idea. Did you set it a W for
Right,
one
so it
ball?
stopped.
I DQ'd. I got disqualified.
Knight, you shot, I think,
7.
was this the one where you shot 7 rounds?
That was 7. Disqualified. Disqualified.
I'm gonna kill myself.
And
If
here
I-
they come. They're coming
If
to
I
get
could count, I wouldn't be a firefighter.
And
My
then,
my second run was better. I think my second run I only had 1 miss, and then like 1 alpha. Like the rest were Charlie and Delta.
Does shooter understand the course of fire?
Uh-huh.
Is the shooter ready?
Ready.
Holster up.
yeah, and then Taylor, you had mostly A's, I think with 2 to 3 C's, which again, for iron sights, for being the least trained out there, and for being with a shot timer for the first time ever, that's pretty freaking impressive.
He checked to see if he was ready. See that? Learn from that. He was indeed ready.
Yep.
Stand by.
My build drill, 3 shots in, I ran dry, so I executed a rather flawless magazine reload, and my slide failed to lock back.
I've got a question for you on that because I noticed a lot of the footage, your slide does not lock back.
That was my first time shooting this P320. It's the AXG Pro. My other P320 has a gasser for your thumb, and I ride my thumb on that. This handgun does not. I was breaking in myself to my new handgun, and I made a lot of mistakes with it.
If I don't have this Sharpie, I'm gonna implode. Who's got it?
I handed it.
Where is it?
I literally handed it to you.
Our Sharpie has walked off the face of the earth.
We'll use our imagination.
Imagination.
When I got back on target trying to defeat the clock again, and I believe I missed, or I didn't miss, I just didn't have as good of a result from that.
It's a 3-position shooting drill. We're gonna be moving. So we have 2 targets in front of us here, 2 targets in the 2nd position, and 1 target in the 3rd position. These first 2 targets, hand on barrel. You hear shot clock. Bang, 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 bang. Displaced to the VTAC. First position, bang, 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 bang. That's 2 on each. Lean over, bang, 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 bang. 2 more, and then bottom right, crouch, bang, 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 bang. That's 12 shots right here. Displace. Reload, boy! 2 or Mozambique?
2.
Just 2 more on the last guy, bang, bang.
The last drill we did was that big, super complicated move and shoot drill. That drill kind of served as like a final exam of all the skills we ran. It was a big drill, but like, how did you guys feel about that?
I feel that drills like that, like I said earlier, are going to test a lot of fundamentals. It was a drill where I believe we fired 18 rounds, 16 or 18 rounds. So likely you're going to have to execute a mag reload. You're going to have to change positions, acquire different targets. Beautiful test of the skills that you know, or skills that maybe you're lacking on, and it will tell you what you need to work on.
Hey, this guy's living.
2 deltas.
One thing that I thought was hilarious, that I thought was just me, but I think we all ended up doing it. There was one target on the course that was 20 feet closer than any other target. And that's the target we all did the worst on, was the one the closest to us.
The easiest target was the one that none of us hit double A's on it.
I 100% think that overconfidence is like a thing. Regardless of whether it's conscious or not, it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, what could I do better?
Dude, just do everything better.
Okay.
Hit the
got it.
targets better, move faster, be taller.
Every time one of us, and it's probably 60% me and 40% split through you guys, but every time one of us has to film everybody else going, you get as physically exerted as the guy running the drill.
Yeah.
And I know it's not like you don't run a drill and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a workout. But there is something to say about having to lug around that 20-pound camera setup the entire day. And then you're like, oh shoot, it's my turn to go and I haven't had any time to rest. Let's all four answer this. How do we think we individually improved, and what do we think we individually need to work on the next time we do pistols?
Forget personal shooting for a moment. I think the four of us on that day have had, in my opinion, the best training session we've had. We trimmed all the fat down. There was no wasted time, no wasted movement. Everyone stayed on topic. No one was over here plinking or mag dumping. It was
Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Yeah, wait.
Hold on.
No one.
Hold on. Did you try to quad load a shotgun, or am I making it up?
Successfully quad loaded a shotgun. I also did a match saver like a professional shooter, but that was for the rifle video, I thought.
Fair enough. I'll let you have that.
You can critique me when that video comes out.
Earlier, what were your words of wisdom?
Should have been taller. Have you tried not being ginger?
What I'm trying to say is the four of us kept it very locked in, and I feel every one of us reaped better fruits for our labors with that. So good job, gentlemen. But as far as personally, I am shown once again that I suffer most at pistol shooting. I need to get out and fire live rounds. I think my drawing's pretty damn good. I think my reloads are good. I had several malfunctions that I cleared pretty well. I just need to focus on getting my gun up and hitting the targets where they need to be hit. Stop trying to defeat a shot clock. A secondary topic would be moving and shooting. I think we all kind of suffered on targets that we were having to move and shoot for, and I would like to incorporate that into our next training session.
I think we all might say we need to slow down, because I just get hyper competitive, or I got hyper competitive when that shot timer came out, and not so much with you guys, but just with myself. And I think part of that's really good, and I want that to continue, and I want that to be like an aggravating thing that we have to work against on our range days. But my individual critique that I noticed of myself, and this is a huge perk of us filming everything so that we can watch it back, when I draw my handgun from my holster, I look at it. Every single time I go to draw, I look down.
I noticed that the most when you had both hands on the barrel.
Yeah, I never noticed that I did that until the past couple videos we've put together. I've just seen it when I'm editing, and I'm just like, there it is, there it is, there it is. So I have to learn to be able to just keep looking at something, and it's not like it's hard for me to draw my holster. It's a freaking drop leg holster. All I have to do is like pat my hip, and it's right there.
It's a level 1 holster.
Yes.
Like all you have to do is touch your gun and it comes out.
I think for me, on my personal, like I grip, draw, and recoil management. Like I'm definitely still working on some really solid basics. And just getting used to firing live rounds, because I mean I do dry fire at the house some, and I have had those experiences where I have had to pull my gun in a scenario where people have tried to enter my house on 2 separate occasions. So I definitely do dry fire, but man, it's one of those situations again where it's like when that gun's not in the backpack or on my person, it's in that bedside table, or in the top drawer of the nightstand. And so those are definitely the big ones for me. Just really, really basic stuff.
See if my shots go better.
Your draw was
That was
faster.
pretty dirty.
Your draw was much faster.
Your
So
reload,
you're
your
sub 2
reload was
seconds.
phenomenal.
Drawn out of the pocket's tough.
I think he vastly improved his first run
Long
because he took shots at all the targets this time.
I'm very surprised that I missed that one. I didn't feel too bad on that one.
I feel like target acquisition I've gotten a lot better at. Well, I feel like our first range day that we had on the farm with the pistol, because I remember somebody making a comment too, like, hey, you're not bad with the irons. But it was like there's 2 A's, a B, and 3 C's. But it was really, really, really slow because I was still getting used to it. But this go around, I mean, I got slightly better hits, but they were just way smoother.
You're doing fine. Keep working through it.
Where's my Mac? Gone. Oh, fancy.
Clear.
Did you just hand him a gun?
No. He had that. That was his spare. So
My spare might have
between
jumped out my pocket.
your malfunction or your bad start and your just running completely dry, where's your Mac? You got 42 seconds.
That's a great question.
So your average is 15.6 seconds. 5-second draw. You took your time. I bet you did good on those first targets.
The next time we do a pistol day, I want us all to do concealed carry because Taylor, your draw is good, but there are ways to make it better. And the reason that we've never, I think, talked about it is because no one else is shooting concealed.
And that's fair.
So I do think it would be interesting the next time we all get together, we just do a concealed carry, like don't even wear, like the tactical fit, just like wear what you'd wear normally.
Yeah.
Like I've got joggers and some Converse,
I think we could split it up like half and half, because I know y'all like to dress up and get all your cool stuff on. And
High-speed LARPing.
That's right. That's right. You see this haircut, right? This.
The 14-year-old NASCAR special.
Excuse you, it's a lesbian haircut. All right, boys, here's a good one.
Yeah, enjoyed it. See y'all.
All right, gentlemen.
Let's say you have a pistol wound to the forearm.
I've performed about 85 confirmed rescues. I've had a couple of mass rescues as well.
Without getting too sciencey with it, there's a reason it's called quick clot. Take your hand, put it next to the wound, and I know that I can put the tourniquet at least 4 inches above that wound. Got some experience plugging gunshot wounds, applying pressure to stab wounds.
A lot of things in medicine that are just hyper complicated versions of super easy, super simple concepts.
We definitely have some background, doing this stuff.